Most people waste years in the wrong relationships because they ignore the signs. They tell themselves that love will fix everything, that if they just give more, try harder, be more patient, things will eventually fall into place. But some relationships, they are doomed from the start. And the worst part? No one talks about it. No one tells you that some people will never align with you, no matter how much love there is. No one tells you that compatibility isn't about trying to make it work. It's about whether it actually works without forcing it. You can love someone deeply and still be completely incompatible. And if you don't recognize these 7 warning signs, you will stay in a relationship that will drain you, frustrate you, and waste years of your life. By the end of this video, you will see relationships differently. You will know when something isn't working and never again convince yourself to settle. And I need to know, are you ready to hear the truth? Comment below if you're watching this till the end, because this is the moment everything changes. People have been lied to about relationships. They've been told that all relationships take work, that love conquers all, that if 2 people really care about each other, they can overcome anything. But that's not reality. The truth? Some relationships are a constant battle because the people in them are not truly aligned. The way you communicate clashes. The way you express love doesn't connect. The way you see the world is completely different, and no amount of love or effort will change that. It's painful to admit, but it's even more painful to stay in something that's slowly destroying you. Today, we're going to break this illusion, and before we dive in, hit subscribe, because when you do, YouTube pushes this message to more people who need to hear it. Let's begin. Number 1. You feel like you can't be yourself. The biggest lie in relationships is that you should always be willing to adapt and adjust for your partner. But if you feel like you have to shrink yourself, hide parts of your personality, or walk on eggshells just to keep the peace, this is not love. If you're constantly monitoring your words, suppressing your emotions, or pretending to be someone you're not just to keep the relationship stable, this is not compatibility. A healthy relationship allows you to be fully yourself. If you feel like you're playing a role instead of just being real, this is a sign that deep down, you know you and your partner are not truly aligned. And over time, that wears you down. Number 2, you have opposing core values. Most people think having different interests means incompatibility. That's wrong. You can like different hobbies, different movies, different foods. That's not the problem. But if your core values, the way you see life, relationships, family, success, morality, are not aligned, you are fighting a battle you will never win. If you want stability and deep commitment, but your partner believes in going with the flow, there will be conflict. If you believe in hard work and personal growth, but your partner is comfortable with stagnation, there will be resentment. If you value loyalty, honesty, and emotional connection, but your partner avoids deep conversations and keeps secrets, you will never feel safe. Love does not fix fundamental differences in how you see the world. Ignoring this will only lead to constant frustration, disappointment, and emotional exhaustion. Number 3. Your communication styles. Clash. Not all communication is equal. Some people need honesty and directness. Some need gentleness and emotional validation. If you and your partner communicate in completely different ways and neither of you is willing to adapt, you will feel misunderstood, unseen, and unheard. Arguments will become more frequent. Small misunderstandings will turn into big fights. You will explain yourself over and over again and still feel like they don't get you. And over time, you will stop trying to communicate altogether. If you can't talk to your partner in a way that makes both of you feel safe and understood, then the relationship is already breaking. Number 4, your emotional needs aren't met. This is where most relationships die. If your partner cannot meet your emotional needs, no matter how much you love them, you will never feel secure. You will feel alone even when they're right next to you. If you need affection, but they are emotionally distant, you will always feel unwanted. If you need words of affirmation, but they never express how they feel, you will always feel insecure. If you need deep conversations, but they shut down whenever things get emotional, you will always feel disconnected. It does not matter how much you love them. If you constantly feel like you're starving for emotional connection, you are in the wrong relationship. Number 5. The relationship feels like a power struggle. A relationship should not feel like a competition. If every conversation turns into a battle for dominance, where both of you are trying to win instead of understand, this is not love, it's war. Relationships built on power struggles create constant exhaustion, a lack of emotional safety, a cycle of fighting, apologizing, and repeating the same problems. If the relationship feels like a never-ending test of who's in control, it's not love, it's ego. And ego destroys relationships. Number 6, you're not growing together. A relationship should not hold you back. It should push you forward. If you are stuck in the same patterns, if you are not evolving as individuals, if you feel like your partner is keeping you from becoming the best version of yourself, this is not love, it's limitation. If you look back at the past year and realize that the only thing that has changed is your level of unhappiness, this is not the relationship for you. You are meant to grow. If your partner is holding you back, you are meant to leave. Number 7. You're more in love with the potential than the reality. This is the hardest truth to face. If you are constantly waiting for things to get better, for them to change, for the relationship to finally work out, then you are in love with a fantasy, not a person. If you are always hoping for the version of them they could be, rather than accepting who they are right now, you are living in denial. And denial steals years from your life. Some relationships are meant to teach you something, not to last forever. If you recognize these 7 signs, do not ignore them, because staying in the wrong relationship out of fear, hope, or attachment will only destroy you. If this video woke something up in you, hit subscribe now and comment below. Which of these signs do you recognize? Let's talk. Let's change the game. Let's wake up.